Hi, Allison.
Hi,
How are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Serena. How are you? Serena, how are you?
Good.
That's good. I wasn't here last week, so I had one of my friends take over, and he said you guys did your homework, so that's good. I'm very glad that you guys are doing your homework. He also told me that he didn't assign homework, so that's okay. So we're gonna go straight into class, okay? So we're gonna start off reading. Can I have Allison read this for me?
Have you heard the sound of a hummingbird? They make a buzzing noise when they fly. They make this noise because they beat their wings so fast. They beat their wings up to 18 times a second. All that laughing makes a lot of noise. That's why we call them hummingbirds. Hummingbirds fly in a unique way. They move their wings so fast that they can hover. This means that they can stay in one spot in the middle of the air, like a helicopter. Sometimes they fly or hover upside down. They are the only bird that flies backward. Hummingbirds are small. One type called the bee hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. Hummingbirds weigh less than a penny. They are just a little bit bigger than bees. I guess that's where they get their name.
Okay, good job. Can I have Serena read this?
Bee hummingbirds build tiny nests. They use cobwebs and bits of bark to make their homes. Their homes are only an inch around. This isn't big enough for their eggs, though. Their eggs are smaller than peas. People have found these tiny nests on a clothespin.
Slow down, slow down.
Humming, hummingbirds move fast. It takes lots of energy to move as fast as they do. This means that they need to eat a lot of food. Their favorite food is nectar, a sweet liquid inside of some flowers. They drink more than their own weight in nectar daily. They have to visit hundreds of flowers to get enough nectar to live. They can only store enough energy to survive through the night. They can live on the edge.
Okay. And Angela.
Hummingbirds don't use their long beaks like straws. They have a tongue just like you. They use their tongues for eating. They flick their tongues and in and out, in and out of their mouths while inside of flowers. They lap up nectar. Flowers give them the energy that they need. Hummingbirds help flowers too. They get pollen on their heads and bills when they feed. Flowers use pollen to make seeds. Hummingbirds help pollen get from one flower to the
Pollen,
next.
pollen.
Pollen for, get from one flower to the next. This helps flowers make more seeds. More seeds means more flowers. More flowers means more food for hummingbirds. Isn't it nice how it works out?
Good job, everybody. Okay, so now let's go through some multiple choice. Why are they called hummingbirds? Allison. Allison, why are they called hummingbirds?
So I think it might be D.
D. What does
Yeah.
D say?
And these days their song sounds like a humming.
Okay. Um, Angela, what do you think the answer is? Do you agree with it?
C?
What?
C? Maybe C?
Okay. Angela thinks D. Serena, what do you think?
It's D.
You think it's D. So the correct answer is C. Angela, you were correct. Good job. Right. You know what? I'm going to start writing this down now. 1. Angela was correct. We'll just put it like this. Okay. So Angela was correct. Okay, second one. What do hummingbirds eat? Let's start off with Angela. How do hummingbirds eat? How do they eat?
D.
Okay. Angela says D. Allison?
A.
A. Okay. Serena?
D.
That is correct. D is correct. So we had Serena and N. Okay. 3. How do hummingbirds help flowers? Serena, can you answer this?
A.
Okay. Allison?
A.
You think it's A? Okay. Angela.
C.
C is correct. They bring pollen from one flower to the next. Number 4. According to the text, which does a bee hummingbird use to make nest? Let's have Allison go.
My answer is B.
B. Okay. Serena? Serena?
C.
Okay. Angela?
C.
Or C is correct. Allison, can you please make sure you understand what you're reading? If you have any questions, you can always tell me, okay? Okay. Number 5. What is the main idea of the 5th paragraph? Let's have Allison go for this one. And this is the 5th paragraph, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, right here. Who wants to read this, actually? Can I have Serena read this?
Hummingbirds move fast. It takes lots of energy to move fast as they do. This means that they need to eat a lot of food. Their favorite food is nectar, a sweet liquid inside of some flowers. They drink more than their own weight in nectar daily. They have to visit hundreds of flowers to get enough nectar to live. They can only store enough energy to survive through the night. They live on the edge.
Okay. So now, Allison, what is the main idea?
C.
Pardon?
C.
Did you say C?
Yeah.
Okay. Angela, what do you think?
C.
Okay. Serena?
C.
C is correct. Good job, everyone. Good job, Allison. If you need to go back, you can always ask. Number 6, which statement about bee hummingbirds is not true? Serena?
Wait, can I first think? You can call someone else.
You want to think? Okay. Angela?
Can I just Wait.
Does anyone want to go back to the text?
I know the text. I'm just like thinking.
Okay. Allison, do you know what the answer is?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm gonna let everyone think. Whoever
D.
can come. Who said that?
Angela.
Okay. Angela says D. What
I
about
says
everyone else?
C.
Yeah. Wait. Wait. Let me think.
C.
You said C,
Yeah, I
Angela?
says C.
Okay, so Angela says C.
D.
You think D. Angela, did you say C or D?
C.
Okay. Serena says D. Allison?
Who is C?
Can you say that again?
I think it's C.
C? It's actually D, guys. B, hummingbirds do not grow larger than bees. So Serena got that right, I believe. Okay, number 7. What is unique about the way hummingbirds fly? Angela.
Mm, C.
Okay. Serena, Allison?
C.
I also said D too.
C? Okay,
No,
that
I
is
think
correct.
B, not B.
You said B or C?
I said C.
Okay, C is correct. Good job. Now the next one. Which best defines the word hover as used in paragraph 2?
I see paragraph 2.
Sure. Paragraph 2. Let's have Angela, can you read it for me?
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
Hummingbirds fly in a unique way. They move their wings so fast that they can hover. This means that they can stay in one spot in the middle of the air, like a helicopter. Sometimes they fly or hover upside down. They are the only birds that can fly that flies backwards.
So what does the word hover mean, guys?
Like stay in one spot.
That is, does anyone else think it's something else? Allison, Serena?
A.
Serena said A. Allison?
A.
That is correct. Good job, everyone. And why do flowers need pollen? Allison.
I'm still thinking.
Hey, Serena?
I'm also thinking.
Angela?
D.
That's good. Anyone else? Someone give me an answer.
Wait,
Serena? Pardon?
wait. I think it's also D.
Okay,
So am I.
that is correct. Good job. What is the best title that describes the main idea? Allison, you didn't get to go last time. What is the answer?
I think the answer is B.
B. Okay. Angela,
C.
you said C.
Yeah.
And Serena,
C.
it's C. Good job, Angela. So I'm just gonna write it out here, Ange. Okay, guys, we gotta make sure that we're understanding what we're reading. If you don't understand what you're
I also got C too.
You said B.
I said C.
Okay. I want you guys to make sure you're understanding what you read. So if you're having difficulties and you don't understand, I want you to ask me. I'll explain it to you, okay? So let's go on to the short answers. Let's do one at a time. This should be 3 to 4 sentences. How does flowers and hummingbirds benefit each other? Refer to the text to support your answer. Does everybody understand this question?
It's like how they help each other.
Yes, it's how they help each other. What do they gain from each other? So I'm actually going to go back to the text, but I want you guys to tell me when to stop, okay? Where you think it's going to be important to stop. Well, so which page should I stop at?
4 page.
This
Yeah.
page? Okay,
Yeah.
which paragraph?
Like the 7.
This one? Okay, someone read it quickly out loud. Allison, read it out loud.
Hummingbirds help flowers too. They get pollen on their heads and build where they feed. Flowers use pollen to make seeds. Hummingbirds help pollen get from one flower to the next. This helps the flower make more seeds. More seeds means more flowers. More flowers means more food for hummingbirds. Isn't it nice how that works out?
Okay, so now I want you guys to answer this question. It's 3 to 5 sentences, okay? Okay, I got 2 responses, so let's take it up. I was waiting on one more, but that's okay. Oh, I see Allison's finally sent hers. Okay. And Angela, you can start.
Flowers and hummingbirds benefit each other by the hummingbirds eating the flower's pollen and sending it to the next flower. When the next flower gets, I think I should say received the pollen, that means it creates seeds. More seeds equals more flowers, and more flowers means more fruits for the hummingbirds to eat.
Good job. That is correct. We're just going to tweak your paragraph a little bit. Benefit each other by feeding off each other. We're going to say by feeding off each other. The hummingbirds eat the flower, eats the flower's pollen and carries it on their head. We gotta add in that detail. Carries it on their head to the next flower, which creates more seed. More seeds equal more flowers, and more flowers means more food. So it's just food for the hummingbird to eat. Okay, Angela?
Yeah.
I just compressed that into one small sentence. Okay, Serena.
Hummingbirds help flowers by making new seeds. Making seeds is a hummingbird's food. They are similar to bees because they travel from flower to flower receiving pollen.
Can you finish your sentence before you mute?
Huh?
Finish the sentence.
Flower receiving pollen.
Okay. So can you tell me how we should fix this sentence?
Receiving needs to be RECIEVING.
Yes, but then also your sentences. How can we make your sentences clearer?
A hummingbird's food is seeds.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you to help rewrite this paragraph because right now it's not clear. So what would you say instead?
Wait, what?
What you wrote is unclear. There's too many, it's scattered. It doesn't make sense. The sentence is awkward. So I'm asking you to rewrite it. So how would you rewrite it?
Hummingbirds help flowers by making new seeds. Seeds. They are similar to bees because
How?
they're similar to bees because they travel from flower to flower receiving pollen.
Okay. They receive pollen the same way. Okay.
Seeds are a hummingbird's food to survive.
But how does this help the flower?
Uh, it helps it helps the flower. I mean, they travel from flower to flower receiving pollen.
And what does the pollen do?
The the pollen helps flowers make seeds.
Okay. In order for the flower to create seeds, for the hummingbird to eat, the hummingbird brings pollen on their head to create for the flower to feed on. So we can actually just take this out and just say seeds are humming foods to survive. In order for a flower to create seeds, the hummingbird brings pollen on their head for the flower to feed on. Okay, did you see how I condensed and you had to reread what you write and try to make it more smoother?
Okay.
Good job. Allison?
Flowers and hummingbirds help each other by drinking pollen from the flowers to make the hummingbird survive. If there is no flowers, the hummingbird will not survive because there is no flower to drink the pollen which is inside of the flower. The hummingbird cannot get enough energy. They use pollen to drink. The hummingbird makes these containers similar to bees from receiving pollen. They usually be there.
Okay. All right, so you're on the right path. Good job. Flowers and hummingbirds help each other by drinking pollen from the flower to make hummingbird in order for the hummingbird to survive. The hummingbird to survive. In order for hummingbirds to survive. S. If there is no flower, the hummingbird will not survive because there is no seed flowers to drink up the pollen which is inside the flower. The hummingbird cannot get enough energy and they use the pollen to drink it up. Hummingbird makes seeds, which is okay. So you're right. The hummingbird cannot receive energy. So right here, we're going to stop, which is correct. This part is all correct. So right here, instead, you should have said, therefore, there is no flowers for to drink the pollen inside. Therefore, the hummingbird helps the flower create seeds to create more flowers in order for them and to create more flowers, which gives them more pollen. You understand? Allison?
Okay.
All right, second question. Why does the hummingbird have to eat so often? 3 to 4 sentences again. Why does the hummingbird have to eat so often?
Can I see the paragraph?
I'm moving it back. Did you guys read it? Angela?
Yeah.
Okay. I got one. Okay, let's take it up. Okay, you're gonna start.
Hummingbirds eat so often because they move fast. Their average wing beat is about 60 to 80 times per second, so they need to eat so much food in order to survive.
Good job. So, because they move fast. The average wing beat is about 60 to 80 times per second. Therefore, let's try to take out so and add a new word. Therefore, they need to eat a lot, not so much, a lot, okay? in order to survive. Angela?
The hummingbirds eat often because they need to have energy to fly fast. In order of that, the hummingbirds moves very fast and it uses lots of energy. The final point is that the hummingbirds need to eat often to create more energy.
Okay, that's good. So we can just say, so instead of saying this, you could have used a fact about the hummingbirds. So you can say that the hummingbirds can only store a certain amount of energy, and when that goes out and it doesn't last the whole day, okay?
Mm.
Hummingbirds need to eat often in order to create energy, or you can just to say survive, okay? In order to survive. Let's just okay, good job. Allison.
Um, the the hummingbird has to eat so often because hummingbirds need to survive by eating the seeds from the flowers. Eating makes hummingbirds have more energy to fly and to create a loud sound. Everywhere hummingbird can fly fast, like 50 to 80 times per second. In conclusion, hummingbirds need to eat often to create more energy.
Okay, so the first thing, the hummingbird has to have to eat often because eating makes hummingbirds have more energy, which they need to fly fast. So, like again, hummingbirds can fly fast. They fly, they they flap their wing 60 to 70 times, 80 times per second. In conclusion, hummingbirds need to eat often to create more energy and to survive. Good job, everybody. The last question. Why is the ability to hover useful for a hummingbird? 3 to 4 sentences again. Hover mean, guys, what does it mean to hover?
In the hover means to stay on one spot.
Yeah, flap around in one spot. But now answer this question.
Can I see the text again, please?
Sure.
Hey, can you do the before one? Yeah, thank you.
The answer is not in here. You're gonna have to use your brain to come to a conclusion. I want you to quickly read over this, but then you would have to connect the dots yourself. Why is the ability to hover useful for a hummingbird? Think about it. Okay, let's take this up. Okay, so let's start off with Serena. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, Serena.
The ability to hover for a hummingbird with the ability to hover is useful for a hummingbird because the wings can move so fast, so it can stay in one place because it needs to stop to get a taste of pollen. It is amazing because they also move backwards and forwards and also can hover.
Okay, so the ability to hover is useful for a hummingbird because their wings can move fast, which allows them to stay in one place and to retrieve their food easier. When they hover above a flower, they are able to eat its pollen. It is amazing because they also move backwards and forwards in order to hover. Okay? Do you understand, Serena?
Yeah.
Okay, Angela.
The hummingbirds hover in order to stay on one spot and eat the pollen. Another fun fact is that hummingbirds can move very fast and still stop in one place to taste the pollen. Isn't it very amazing?
Okay, that's good. So they'll just eat the pollen. Um, by being so instead of saying that, we could say by being able to hover, makes eating their food, eating their pollen easier, and they can only do it because they move very fast. Isn't that very amazing? I just had to, instead of saying another fact, we got to incorporate how being able to hover is helps them do that, okay? Angela?
Yeah.
Okay.
The,
Allison?
the ability to hover is useful to a hummingbird because when they flap their wings fast and cover, which means stay in one spot. Drinking nectar and seed from flower makes the hummingbird have more energy to fly. The hummingbird will stop flapping the wings in order to taste the pollen. In conclusion, hummingbirds flap the wings back in order to hover.
Okay, so the ability, so we're gonna just change this up. So again, you gotta start your sentences with a capital, okay?
Okay.
It's useful to a hummingbird because when they flap their wings, it means and hover, it means they are staying in one spot. In one spot. Drinking nectar and seeds from flowers make the hummingbirds have more energy to fly, which they do. They do by hovering near it in order to feed. What should you do by hovering near it? The hummingbird. In conclusions, we can just take this all out. That's all you need to write. Okay?
Okay.
Good job. Okay, we're going to talk about the author's purpose. Do you guys know what author's purpose means?
No.
What do you think it means?
Author's purpose of writing a text or like a story.
It's
Pardon?
like to put.
Sorry, Serena?
It's like to persuade like someone to read the book.
That's one type of purpose. You are correct. So author's purpose means that there's reasons. There is a reason why this author is writing this text. So there are 3 reasons for writing: to inform, to persuade, and then to entertain. So Serena, when you say you're trying to push someone to read something or do something, that's to persuade, okay? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's read about writing to inform. Who would like to read this? Angela, go ahead.
Writing to inform, often called expository writing.
Expository.
Expository writing shows or explains facts. Examples: biography of Barack Obama, news report about a shooting, note to a friend, essay about killer bees. Remember, expository equals expose.
So what that means is that you are reading facts. You are reading facts. So what that means, it's always going to be true. It's not going to be false. It can be something that's about real life. So a biography means you're reading about the life of Barack Obama. That's not false. A news report about a shooting is not false. It's explaining something that actually happened. A note to a friend is something that actually happened. Your friend is writing his feelings or her feelings about something to you. An essay about killer bees is informing you. It's teaching you stuff. That's something you always have to remember. Writing to persuade. Angela. Sorry, not Angela, Serena.
Attempts to influence the reader, usually makes an argument. Political speeches, advertisements, a cover letter for your resume, an essay urging readers to recycle.
Exactly. So it's basically trying to convince you to do something. Political speeches means that the person wants you to vote for them. Advertisements want you to buy something. It's always trying to lure you and convince you. Do you guys understand? Guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So those are 2 reasons. So first we have to inform. The next is to persuade. Let's read about to entertain. Allison.
Trying to entertain narrative stories have a beginning, middle, and end. A story may have a lesson, but the author's main purpose is to entertain. Examples are writing to entertain Harry Potter books, poems about love, narrated essay about the big game, script for a TV show.
Good job. So these are basically books or anything that is fiction. Fiction that has a beginning, end, and a middle. So it's a story that might have a lesson. So your homework is define the 3 reasons of writing in your own words, okay? So 3 sentences for each, 1 for each reason. Okay? I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.